All right, New York Knicks fans, this is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best of New York Knicks sports talk and entertainment. Well, the Derrick Rose reunion tour, part 2, has started in New York. Before we get into last night's game, Derrick has been saying all the right things. He's been giving his cell phone number and hanging out with Obi Toppin and Quickley. So, he's saying the right stuff, that he wants to be a mentor, he wants to be a leader, he's happy to be back with Coach Tibbs. And I think his play yesterday kind of exemplified what he has been saying. Will this be consistent? Don't know. Are we going to get 20 games in and the Knicks are going to maybe drop a little and we're going to get the Derrick Rose who wanted to retire when he was here the first time, when he went back to Chicago and kind of didn't tell anyone where he went? I don't know. But right now he's saying all the right things. Now, yesterday was a very small sample of what we may be getting with Derrick. Now, of course, we dropped now the second in a row to the Heat, 98-96. We kind of had a offensive breakdown, I would say, in the fourth quarter. We only scored 14 points to their 22. So, it was it was a fun game to watch. These Knicks are, for anything you could say, these Knicks are fun to watch. Because even when you think they're out of it, they're never out of it. They were only down by 2 going into halftime. They scored 27 in the third. You kind of thought we might run away with the game. And then again, we just kind of hit an offensive spurt where we just can't do anything. And we're going to have these nights. And I've said it before, we are going to have these stretches where we're going to look like world beaters because everything's clicking. And then we're going to look like we can't do anything. And that's just the way it is. Julius Randle and R.J. Barrett, they look kind of sluggish right now. I don't know if we're hitting a little bit of the grind a little bit, but even though we're only 26 games into the season. But maybe we're kind of hitting that little grind. We're just hitting the wall a bit. You would say if R.J. was still a rookie, you would say he's hitting a rookie wall. He's had 2 off games. And like I said, Randall's only dropping. Randall only dropping 12 with 8 rebounds and 3 assists. We need him to score. How we kept this game this close and how we got ahead in this game, and I don't know. Because of the fact that our play wasn't there. Peyton looked good at times. I think it is going to be now Tibbs has already said this. He wants to pair Quickley with Rose. And honestly, I can see that. If we're not going to start either Rose or Quickley, and we're going to keep Peyton in the starting lineup, and I do not have a problem at this moment in time keeping Peyton in the starting lineup. I really don't. He adds a defensive presence out on the edge. He's going to give you. He's not going to be the type of player Rose is, cutting to the basket. Peyton is a professional point guard. Is he above average point guard? No, he's an average point guard. But I think the factor is, I think we need to figure out a plan to play the talent we have, because we still are lacking at times an outside shooting presence. I should rephrase that. We are lacking a consistent outside shooting presence. And everyone that wants Quickley to start, you got to relax, because I've said this before. Yeah, you're going to have nights where the kid's going to drop 25, 30 points. But then the next night he's going to put up 7, or he's going to go for a 2 for 12. Right now, the way the Knicks are situated, this isn't a team that is playing for a lottery pick. They are playing for a 7th, 8th spot in the playoffs. They are playing to try to get into the playoffs. So you can't put that pressure on Quickley right now. And I think the pairing of Quickley and Rose as a second unit, oh my God, once they get the feel for each other, I think that's going to be dangerous. I think that's going to be something to watch. We have to admit this team has more than overachieved. They've bought into Coach Tibbs. They bought into how they want him to play. But we're going to have these nights and we're going to have these stretches where we're going to burn off 3 wins in a row, 4 wins in a row, then lose like 6 in a row. But we just have to understand that we are going to We are learning to play as a young team, and we are learning consistency and the talent. While we have a nice core nucleus right now, is not, is not 100% there yet. And that leads me to my next question: the trade deadline. I mean, what are the Knicks going to do? People, are they going to be sellers, or are they going to be buyers? I honestly think the Knicks are going to stand pat. I mean, I think they may move some other pieces. I think Austin Rivers. I think he could potentially go to a contender for for maybe a second round pick, or maybe even if someone really needs help, he can go for a late first rounder. I think they're going to keep. I think they're going to keep Burks, because he has shown that he can be a consistent contributor off the bench. I think Frank Ntilikina, he needs a change of scenery, or he needs to go to the he needs to go to the I don't know where he needs to go, to be honest. I can't tell if Frank is just a waste of a pick or a bad NBA player, or we're just not using him correctly. But he's been in the league long enough that you kind of know what you have with a player. And I've said this before: you're in the league for 4 or 5 years, you kind of start seeing what a player is. Frank is, wing defense, no offense. And somehow he can't even pass the ball at times. It's really perplexing. I really thought more of Frank. And I love people like, well, you got to play Ntilikina, you got to play Frank more, you got to play Fly. He hasn't shown anything that would make you believe that he is going to be anything but a bench player or a role player, coming off the bench. But I think we're going to be fine. I think we're headed in the right direction. I think the Rose situation is going to work itself out. I don't see it. I don't see him imploding the team. My only concern is, like I said, if the Knicks go on like a 5-game losing streak, that the finger's going to get pointed at Derrick Rose. And it's not going to be his fault, because we have glaring weaknesses. And when we brought in Derrick, we should be under the assumption, and we should all understand, that he is not good. His talent does not fix the weaknesses that we have. We still have those weaknesses. We still have that inability for a consistent outside scorer. We're still going to have sometimes, while we're playing much better defense, we're still going to have some defensive breakdowns. And we're just a young team that's going to make mistakes. But the Knicks are fun to watch. It's exciting to watch. It's, who the heck would have thought we would have won 11 games by this point of the season? I mean, come on. I didn't see it, and I'm a huge Knicks fan. Non-Knick related news. Not my other channel. We also, of course, everyone knows we do Giant stuff. So we are doing a Giant live stream tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're giving away a replica Eli Manning Super Bowl ring, so I hope everyone can join us. The thumbnail will be up or whenever, I don't know. I'm still learning how to do this live stream stuff, but I hope everyone does join us. And again, this is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best of New York Knicks sports talk and entertainment. And as always, if you could subscribe, if you can ring that bell, you know what that means, that'd be awesome.